Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
Harsha, is it safe to say then that the bowling side from both teams, the bowling contingent would go sort of back to the hotel this evening with their head held high, and the batting, both will have to introspect for both teams?
Look, let's look at the KKR bowling. It's very interesting because of the 6 bowlers they used, effectively, Varun Chakravarti had a bad day.
Yes.
I mean, he was charged. If he had done approximately a Sunil Narine, say he's even gone for 20 in his 4 overs, this game is different, especially after the kind of start that Umesh Yadav and Tim Southee have given you. But they're getting nothing at all from Andre Russell with the ball. So I suspect they'll now have to put Venkatesh Iyer in. So given the limitations that KKR had, they had very few runs on the board and effectively they played with 3 bowlers. I think to take the game that deep was an extraordinary result. And I'm liking what I see of Shreyas Iyer. I mean, effectively, it's the captain who's controlling it. He kept that game alive right till the end. It's with 3 quality bowlers. It just brings me back. I think they need an extra bowler. Because every time Russell dives, you're going to have to change a bowling plan.
Yeah, true. As a Kolkata fan, every time he dives, your heart stops because, I mean, that team has trouble with knees. So really don't want Russell to dive there.
You've got to report to SEBI. If you're a stock, I know we talk about stocks a lot on this program, but if you're a stock, you've got to report to the stock exchange that here's one of our dangers. If Russell dives, this is our company and our profitability.
Yeah. It's true. Can tank that stock if his knee gets dodgy, especially with the bat. Not a good day for Varun Chakravarti or Andre Russell. But Simon, coming to Harsha's point here, I think it's a very valid point, and we were talking about it before we went on air as well. The 5th bowler, that's looking like trouble for Kolkata.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to think you'll get 4 overs out of Venkatesh Iyer, Andre Russell, and even a couple of round arms from Nitish Rana, if you had to. So that's their option. And most teams are very similar. I mean, there's very few teams in this competition now that will have 5 out-and-out bowlers, 1 or 2 of which who can bat. So that's very difficult to find in 2020 cricket. So they've got 4 genuine bowlers, and even when Pat Cummins comes back, they've still got 4 very genuinely good bowlers. Chakravarti will have more good nights than he'll have bad. Wasn't quite on song tonight, I don't think. But if you can't rely on 4 overs out of Russell, Iyer and Rana, then there's something wrong, I think. I know everybody's worried as soon as Andre Russell dives or as soon as he does something, but you can't play the game like that. If they're worried about it, then don't play them, or don't bowl them at all. Just say Venkatesh Iyer and Nitish Rana, you are going to have to be our 5th bowler. And we're not even going to bowl Andre Russell. We're just hoping that he wins us 3 games with the bat. And that's all you're asking for. In this sort of competition, you're asking for every player to win you 2 to 3 games, or 1 game. And so that might be their way forward. But he's just struggling with the ball. And I just, that body, it's just such an enormous, massive muscle. I mean, I don't know what he weighs in at, but, he's well and truly over 105, 108 kilos. And just that enormous mass going through that stress time and time again is not easy. So he is an injury waiting to happen, which is a shame because I love watching him apply all of his trades. He's still good enough with with all 3 trades. I mean, that running catch was still good enough today.
Yeah, true.
Here's a thought for you though, Dooley. Yeah, quick one. Here's a thought for you. The way this KKR team is structured, Southee, his job is to take wickets up front. Even though he came back and picked up 2 afterwards, his job is to swing the ball, take wickets up front. Umesh Yadav's job is to take wickets up front. Straight away, that means your 3rd seamer, who's Andre Russell, has got to deliver back at the death. It leaves you very little degrees of freedom. That's why I think they need an additional bowler. Someone like a Pat Cummins comes in and bowls, and Russell becomes a 4th seamer. And then maybe bat 6 day in and day out. It means Sheldon Jackson has to bat a little bit more, or Narayan has to go in and bat at 5. Because otherwise, neither Umesh nor Southee is, they both have, Umesh bowled 1 over in the middle. Southee's got to come back and bowl 2. But look, Tim Southee's done everything you asked of him. He's come in as stand-in for Pat Cummins, and he said, hang on, I picked up 3 wickets, drop me at your own peril. So even though RCB have won the game, it's interesting that we're talking more about KKR.